Hello and welcome to the Watch Hour from Ithaca, New York. Songwriting, creativity, healing, growth, and the evolution of the human spirit. And we're going to have some laughs along the way. My name is Joe Crookston. I'm a songwriter, artist. Thanks so much for tuning in and being part of my musical journey. If you could see me beneath this flesh and bone, if you could see me beneath this flesh and bone. If you could see me beneath this flesh and bone, in this world we live in, we look at physical appearances, we look at social media, we look at the performative moments. I've been thinking a lot about this idea of really being seen and really seeing other people. And how great it feels to be seen, to be really felt, to have someone lean in and see who we are beneath the flesh and bone, into our soul, into our desires, into our questions, and to kind of walk along with us in a deeper way, to be seen. I think in our world of isolation, even though we have all the social media and all the ways in which we connect digitally, I think looking into the deeper person and into the soul world, into the essence of a person and asking them questions, responding. You ever experience that when you tell someone a story, someone responds back, oh yeah, that happened to me, and then they riff off of their own story and they've kind of hijacked the moment. I've been really interested in that lately, of hearing someone's story and following up and asking questions. And I was driving around the Finger Lakes region of New York where I live, in the hills and the valleys. There's 11 Finger Lakes. I live on the southern tip of Cayuga Lake. And a while ago, I was in my van heading over towards Cayuga Lake, which is the middle Finger Lake. I like to joke about the middle Finger Lake, and it's the most interesting one. And I was coming over the crest on the eastern slope of Cayuga Lake, looking down on Hammond's Port. And it was in mid-July, and I saw this big patch of waving orange, big field and ditches, and they were daylilies. You know, the daylilies that grow in ditches with those banana-fingered leaves, and, you know, you don't really bring a bouquet of daylilies to your lover, you know? They seem to be kind of forgotten, maybe ditch dwellers, maybe average weeds, but they're beautiful. Orange waving daylilies. So I pulled over to the side of the road and I got out my little notebook and I started thinking about the daylilies and how they're so overlooked. And I wrote this little poem. It's called Daylilies. I'm going to read it for you. Daylilies. We see it all the time. They walk right past us like we're just regular, unnoticed, just hanging around mailboxes. We reach up like pumpkin trumpets to greet the mailman, and he mostly just ignores us. We like to be seen, but we don't need it. It's all right with us. Daylilies, we know who we are. May and June and early fall, homeowners push their lawn mowers around us and our goofy-looking green banana-fingered clumps by the driveway. And then one day in July, we open up like little bugles flashing, hello, and even then, we're received with very little fanfare, but that's all right with us. Daylilies, we know who we are. We're consistent. We hold down the ditches of summer, and once in a while, some kid will shout out from the back seat of the car saying, wow, look at that big patch of waving orange over there. Kids are cool. And then there's that once in a rare while when some seeker, some artist type with a keen eye and a willingness to look deeper notices us. And they lean in and they take a long look. And they take the time to see us through squinting, fresh eyes. And they look past our ordinary, regular ditch, driveway, same old whatever, and they really see us. And they see our curls and slender curves, and they notice the red varicose veins and pumpkin-colored glory, and it is our moment to shine, and it is good. And then, After the pencil drops and the artist squinting stops, we go right back to hanging around mailboxes. But we feel seen. And it only happens once in a while. And it's all right with us. Daylilies. We know who we are. On chapter 9 of my 9 Becomes 1 project, my song Photography, the song starts out with a selfie, someone holding up a phone or a camera and taking a selfie. Like we've all done. I've done it. You've done it. Bring the phone back down in front of me, in front of my face. And I take my thumb and my index finger and I zoom in and look at that. And I wince. Is that what I look like? And some kind of weird embarrassment and shame comes over you. Really? If they could see me below all of that, below the wrinkles, below the sleep scars and scary hair, into the back roads and the valley and the beautiful places inside, that is what I think this song for me is speaking of, is looking past the selfie, looking past the zoom in cringe, into the deeper valleys and places where we hold our brokenness, where we hold our beauty, and the parts of ourselves that maybe we're self-conscious of, partly because they're so true that maybe we don't want other people to know it. And I've been thinking about that a lot, and the daylilies and photography, looking past the sleep scars and scary hair, past the shame. And I've been learning a lot lately about how to just be me, to allow my essence to be present, to be almost embarrassed of myself just to be who I am in front of people, more and more allowing that to be safe, to know that my safety is in myself and within me and not with the outer perceptions of how people perceive me, whether it's physically, what I wear, how my music sounds. Just loving to look beyond the sleep scars and scary hair into the deeper place and past the shame. And so I want that for all of us. I'm really appreciating you listening to my episode 1 of the Watch Hour. I'm going to keep making these. I'm going to keep making episodes. I'm going to write these poems and share them with you all. Philosophize about my music and share songwriting tips. And this is episode 1 of the Watch Hour. I'm thrilled that you're here with me. I'm thrilled that you're part of my musical journey, my life, my songs. And I want to give you myself. I want to show up and give you myself. And I want to share my creativity with you and have a dialogue with you all. And I want to look for that deeper place inside of you too and sing to it, perform to it, connect my art to you in that deeper place. And I want you to be seen, and I want to be seen. And I thank you very much for listening. I'm gonna go out on episode 1 here and let photography roll and play you the song. And I will see you another time. Love. I hold the camera facing me, the perfect angle, tap the screen, bring it close, zoom in, photography. I don't like what I see, I look tired and weathered. Look at those sleep scars and scary hair. If you could see me beneath this flesh and bone, if you could see me beneath this flesh and bone, shifting the lens, focus focus in to the shimmering down underneath the skin, to the backwoods and the bottom and the valley I'm in. Capture that. There's a lot more than tired and weather. Look at those sleep scars and scary hair. If you could see me beneath this flesh and bone, if you could see me beneath this flesh and bone, we would not be so alone. And you could feel my beating heart and maybe care for all these scars. If you could see me beneath this flesh and bone. I take the camera, I put it down, out the door, into town. And all the faces and the bodies and the eyes on the move, huddled by doors with more to do. They look tired and weathered. Look at those sleep scars and scary hair. If you could see me beneath this flesh and bone, if you could see me beneath this flesh and bone, if you could see me beneath this flesh and bone.